Hi everybody and welcome. My name is Nikki. I'm the Master CoolSculpting Specialist here at DTRN, and I want to welcome everybody, especially if this is your first time joining us for our live virtual event. I want to encourage everybody to please stay at the end of the event for a live Q&A answered by yours truly. Also, you'll be entered in a free giveaway that is so amazing with 4 free applicators of your choice and area. Also a $250 coupon to spend on what your little heart desires, and also a Fermentone lotion to tighten up all of those areas from your neck below. So I get asked this question a lot. What is CoolSculpting and how does it really work? Well, it works by its cryopliosis technology of the applicator from the machine, targeting that precise location on the body of all 9 cleared areas that it's meant to treat, starting with our chin, arms, bra fat, upper back, flanks, inner thighs, outer thighs, complete abdomen, and even our knees, believe it or not. Anywhere where there's that squishy, fluffy, subcutaneous volume in that area, CoolSculpting Elite is really meant to target those areas and permanently get rid of those fat cells in that area by exiting our body through our lymphatic system. One of the tools that we use to actually measure and see in detail of the entire body is our STIQ device, which is a complete and detailed, accurate scan of the entire bodies, giving us a breakdown and composition of your visceral fat, your subcutaneous fat that we're ultimately looking for, that is what CoolSculpting Elite is made for, and treating that top layer, fluffy, squishy type of fat. It is a complete read of your entire body's composition, really tracking and giving depth information of everything we're wanting as far as measurements, fat measurements, and even BMI. Really helping us assist with your body contouring and tracking of your fitness goals. Treatment in CoolSculpting Elite is really important to understand that it's not just a one and done treatment. We always treat all areas of the body twice. And the reason for that is that 20 to 25% fat reduction we get within each treatment visit. Treatment is done 30 days apart from one another. We can wait a little longer if needed. We just can't wait any sooner than those 30 days to retreat the same areas. I always tell people, expect to notice a difference about 4 to 6 weeks after treatment. Your countdown truly begins after that second treatment, and full results come in 90 days after that last treatment. One of the most favorite things about CoolSculpting and treating with CoolSculpting Elite is the downtime. Now, the downtime does vary to person. Not everybody handles soreness or tenderness the same. But the beauty of this treatment is to go about your daily activity and do the things you needed to do, whether it's go to work, be a mom, be a dad, or go out with friends. The thing is that I would always make sure to give your body a rest after treatment, just like any heavy workout or extraneous treatment you would do. It is meant for you to go about your daily activity though, and we encourage everybody to keep up those fitness goals and invest in their journey. Hi everybody, and thank you again so much for joining us for our first live virtual event for 2025. Don't forget to stick around because I will personally be answering all of people's questions live personally for the next 15 to 20 minutes. Don't forget to stay at the end because everybody that does will automatically be entered in our awesome giveaway of 4 applicators, your choice of area. Also a $250 gift card at Dermatouch RN and a firm and tone lotion, really tightening up those areas anywhere from your neck below.
Hi, Nikki. I just wanted to let you know we can't hear you. Just want to make sure we can get your microphone.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Awesome.
Great.
So, sorry about that. Thank you guys so much for making me the best and listening. But welcome. Happy New Year to everybody. I hope everybody had an amazing first of the week starting off. So my name is Nikki. I'm the Master CoolSculpting Specialist here at Dermatouch RN Houston, ready to answer these questions and finding out everything you want to know personally before you book that complimentary consultation here with us. All right, so first question right out of the gate, what do we have? Is there a certain weight or BMI you need to be? Awesome, great question. So what I'm generally looking for, right, besides that subcutaneous, fluffy, squishy fat, is that I want to make sure everybody, is healthy and safe enough for treatment, being that we typically like to stay with that BMI, generally 30 and below, for our ideal candidates. That was an awesome question. What is the average percent of fat loss for treatment? So the average amount, so great question again. So we treat all areas twice when it comes to treating with CoolSculpting Elite. The reason for that is that 20 to 25% reduction of volume in the treatment area we get within each treatment visit, okay? So treatment is done 30 days apart from one another. Okay, we can wait a little longer if necessary. We just can't wait any sooner than the 30 days to retreat that same area. Being that said, if you're coming in at the 35, 45, even 60 day after that first treatment, it's okay. We have amazing treatment plans customized to each and every person that we treat here at DermaTouch. How many treatments are you needed and when will you know by? So we do treat all areas again twice. Like I said, the reason for that second treatment is that because of the 20 to 25% reduction we get within each treatment visit. Everybody is different. Sometimes people do need that extra love treatment with that third session. It just all depends on how much volume is in the area and what we're wanting as far as a realistic result. If I'm in the process of losing weight, should I wait until I reach my goal weight or can I proceed with a procedure? I love your questions. You guys rock. So that is a great question. Being at hand, treatment is really up to you as far as what you're wanting and desiring as a ultimate result, being with your weight loss journey and treating with CoolSculpting Elite. One of the greatest things, in my personal opinion, is our StyQ body scanner device, really detailing, giving us a reading of that 3D composition of your entire body, starting from your head to your tippy toes, but ultimately seeing where that, problem area lies, where it deals with that subcutaneous volume in the area and the visceral volume in the area, meaning that it lies behind the back of the muscle, which ultimately CoolSculpting just doesn't treat. But we always treat twice regardless. Sometimes some people do need that extra love treatment. It just all depends. And secondly, the treatment of whether you want to wait until you can lose all the weight you can or start your journey with CoolSculpting Elite, it's not going to do anything but make your results happen faster. I see it all the time where people try to lose, as much as they can, but you have to be realistic with yourself and setting those realistic goals. In my personal opinion, it's that if you've been trying to lose the inches and volume in that area and it's just not getting there, then let's talk about other options to help get you to that end point of your goal. But also, being that said, and that's a great question that was asked earlier about how, if you're losing the weight, because CoolSculpting is all about the inches. It's not about the weight. It's almost like the cotton ball effect. If you would, try to imagine if I stuff a bunch of cotton balls under my garment, right? I'm going to see that protruding out of my clothes when I wear it. But when I step on that scale, it's not really going to fluctuate on my weight. Same with CoolSculpting Elite. Our main goal is to target those inches. So one of the questions is, does the skin under the chin tighten up after the procedure? It is great for tightening with treatment with CoolSculpting Elite. Now, a lot of times you have to remember when we are treating certain body areas is, the maturity of our age that goes into it, meaning that a 25-year-old, okay, has a little bit of volume under the chin that ultimately, how do you lose the weight under the chin? Just, you can't work it out, right? And sometimes, a lot of times, actually, it can be hereditary. Versus a person that is 70 or older doing, treatment under that area. Now, I'd never want to create a concern while treating and trying to correct, the initial concern, meaning that after I remove volume from that area, you could and can possibly have some laxity. Now, it's not to say for sure, and it's not to say how much, but yes, it can happen. But there's a lot of other variables that do go into that as well. Let's see. After tonight's event, you will receive a text message. So everybody that stays to the end, do not forget to reply Y, which means yes, to your text, ultimately entering you in that free giveaway of 4 cycles. That's what we call an applicator, 4 applicators of your choice to the area that you're wanting to treat, a $250 gift card that you can spend whatever your little hearts would like here at Dermatouch RN, and also a bottle of our phenomenal Fermentone lotion that you can use to tighten those areas anywhere from your neck down. Let's see what else. Oh, I'm sorry. Work with me here. I'm just trying to move it along. Attacking fat bulge above the waistline only. Well, yes, if that's a question, can we treat it? Yes, we can treat, and it's FDA cleared for all 9 treatment areas, starting with the chin, the upper back, bra fat, flanks, what we typically know as love muffin, complete abdomen, inner and outer thighs, arms, and especially knees. So yes, if they have that squishy subcutaneous volume over those areas, we can treat all day. Let's see. Does this also help with cellulite? Well, I would never ever treat just to correct cellulite, right? But treating, especially when it comes to the legs, especially one of the areas, banana rolls, I don't know, I might have missed that one area, but banana roll is that little part under the glutes, right? That we are ultimately placing the correct applicator. We have all sizes and shapes to cover that little pocket of fat or a little bit bigger pocket of fat, which a lot of people do tend to have cellulite. I've seen it work and make the appearance, but it's not ultimately 100% going to go away, and that varies to person given the severity. So I don't want anybody to think like this does make cellulite go away. Yes, it helps with it and the appearance of it, but it does not correct it. Okay, a great question. So another question that just came through, how do you know how many treatments are needed and when will you know by? So like previously stated, you'll know for sure you are going to do 2 treatments. We have to wait that minimum of 30 days apart from one another. Like I said before, we can wait a little bit longer if needed. Sometimes schedule doesn't align, but we always treat twice. People are all shapes and sizes. Results, do vary from person to person due to how much volume or less volume we have in the area. It's just really good to get a complimentary consultation that we do here at Dermatouch RN, just to know your options and know exactly what your customized treatment plan does entail. What I can ultimately say is that everybody is not going to have the same treatment plan. This is a very unique treatment to get rid and target those stubborn areas that unfortunately we try to diet and exercise, they're just not coming off. I can speak from experience as well when it comes to treatment. I've treated a lot of, areas of my body because I got to know and explain how and when you can expect it. Given to, we just got another great question in of when can I start to notice a result? So you can start to notice a difference, right? 4 to 6 weeks after treatment. Full results come 90 days after your last treatment. And that's when we bring you back ultimately to take your after pictures. So what we do in your first visit, we're going to take those detailed pictures. We're going to get you on the StyQ body scan to really target and just help us assess the areas to give you that ultimate result. And then we're going to stand in front of the mirror together and go over the area that we are treating, mapping out precise where we're going to be placing the applicators. Once that is said and done, we move you over to our comfy chairs where we have 2 machines, 2 applicators connected to both machines, ultimately having 4 attachments. I don't want to ever, overload everybody with, this is what's going to be, and just, we're going to go gradual, we're going to slow. Like I said, this treatment should be as comfortable, as any other treatment. Of course, sensation does vary from person to person. I like to personally explain what you can expect, right, after your first treatment. Yes, no downtime. Well, no downtime, yes. This is one of the best things about this treatment. Not only are we targeting that volume of that area, permanently removing that, fat cell, but this treatment is meant for you to go about your everyday activity, whether you're going to work, being a good mom or dad, workout classes, and if you do work out, great, keep it up. I personally would always give your body a break, probably the next day, just to let everything recover. A lot of people, like I said, sensation does vary. Another question that just came through, do I swell as much on treatments as I swell on others? So if you are prone to swelling, okay, I would just say expect it, right? It's not going to be overwhelming swelling, in my opinion. I've never seen anything that was, oh my gosh, you can't go out or you can't cover up. It would just be something you noticed more than anybody else, and typically resolves itself within a day or 2 or a couple of days. Is there any discomfort in the abdomen after treatment? I personally, like I said, I've treated a lot of areas. I can speak from experience. It's one of the best things I ever did for myself. And that's not even being a provider with CoolSculpting Elite. It's ultimately having those results that made me proud to have, and it made me just feel more comfortable in my own skin, because in my personal opinion, if you are comfortable in your own skin, the better, person that you portray and do out there. So yes, and there can be some numbness that typically can last up to 3 to 4 weeks. It should not bother you. The area will just feel really funny. Some people I've heard even say they felt a little bit jigglier because of the numbness. Like I said, that typically subsides. Some people only have numbness for a couple of days versus majority have it for a couple of weeks, though. But it shouldn't hold you back or stop you from getting anything done that you needed to get done. Great question, though. So, how do you maximize CoolSculpting results? Well, that's a great question. The best thing you can do is invest in your journey, right? We don't want to ever, do treatment and like, I can eat whatever I want to and be lazy. I don't have to work out and I don't have to do this. No, I always say the better the lifestyle, the better the result. I can always tell those people who are doing, you know, a lot of activity or working out with their treatment, because it just makes the results go so much faster. I love showing all clients, whether we're in a virtual consultation or an office consultation, of people with real results that were treated here by us and what their before and afters. So therefore, you have an idea of what somebody such with your body type can expect in their results. And I feel like that sets us apart because we just do so much CoolSculpting elite treatments and Cool Tone especially. What do I do after treatment? What's the after home care look like? Well, here we will give you a precise and detailed take home with everything you need to know, and I will go over everything. Nobody's going to be left in the dark. We have an amazing team here that will always have a reach out day or night to anything that you would like to ask or feel that is a concern. So typically you will feel sore, okay? Speak by experience. The numbness will probably get a little bit more heightened as like the 2 to 3 day goes along. That should not bother you. Some people can feel some offset delay cramping. If so, for a second, nothing to worry about. It's just everything waking back up. And of course, taking Tylenol if needed is completely safe. You kind of want to stay away from those ibuprofens, fish oils, because you want that inflammation around that cell that we just treated to break it down and release through your lymphatic system. Another great question. So what are the side effects, if any? Well, just like anything we do, especially anything fun or great, there's always a side effect, right? One of the most common side effect, not common, but one of the most scariest, I feel like, side effect is the pH, which is the hardening of fat. It's something that is a reaction from your own body. It's nothing that I can say could have been prevented by doing something different. It's very unfortunate, but ultimately gets corrected if needed. Then, like I said, we've been doing this here for a very long time here. I'm very fortunate that nobody here has ever seen that one, but that's one of, and of course, having the right, and we go over all of that in your complimentary consultation as well. So I just got a question about timing. How long does treatment take? Well, so everybody's different, right? Especially if you're treating more than one area. My most popular common area, I mean, a lot of them are, but I would say right now would be the chin and the midsection, okay? So the midsection would be including the complete abdomen and the sides of your flanks. We can treat both of those areas at the same time, depending on your composition. So it could take anywhere between 2 hours and 3 hours, maybe a little bit more, just depending the volume that's in the area and the size of the applicator I use. The most timing on the abdomen, longest applicator I have would be 45 minutes. Typically, if you have the longer torso, I can fit more than one applicator on the abdomen area. But ultimately, yes, treatment doesn't take, especially if you're doing 1 to 2 areas, we just look at it like a 2.5 hour treatment time at least. And that's given with pictures, our amazing StyCube body scanning device that's going to give us a precise readout of where those pockets of volume lie. And then, yeah, treatment goes from there. And of course, everybody's different. So what if you have to use the restroom and whatnot? But we want to make sure this treatment is completely comfortable and safe to treat. Love all y'all's questions. Y'all been doing a lot of research. How long do I have to wait after having a baby before treating my abdomen with CoolSculpting? I get this question a lot. So I always want to wait a year, typically, right? Especially if you have a C-section birth, because of the fact we want to make sure everything's safe, healed properly. We don't want to ever aggravate an area, especially when you just had a baby. So that does count as far as the weight. Like breastfeeding, if you are breastfeeding, I say let's wait about 6 months after you get done with that. Of course, that can vary from time to time. So, having a complimentary consultation would just answer your questions. And for those people that can't make it in the office, they work that 9 to 5 every day. This is where the virtual really comes in handy, because not only is it completely complimentary, but we get to discuss everything like we're in the office, like I'm here now. I can see every detail perfect. I rarely have to change a treatment plan once we do a virtual consult. But the best thing to find out your options and what you can expect is to ultimately book that complimentary consultation. Will a sauna and water help me after my treatment? Yes, I always say drink a lot of water after your treatment. Why? Because your fat cells that we just treated, right, in that area are going to be breaking down throughout that 4-week time period and a little bit longer throughout your lymphatic system. So you might find yourself using the restroom a little bit more. You might find yourself sweating a little bit more. Personally, I know I'm always freezing. I'm always cold. I could just be sitting here talking to you and the small of my back would be a little bit sweaty, which typically is not. But I noticed it. It wasn't profusely coming out of my clothes. But yes, that's how the fat cells are excreting out of the body, is by sweating, using the restroom, all that jazz. Good questions. So if I wanted to get more than 3 areas done in a visit, is that possible, or is there a limit to how many you can do in a day? Maybe we can treat the whole enchilada of your body if you would like to that day. But some people don't have that time window. And so treatment can be broken up into 2 parts if needed, ultimately giving you the time and fluctuate, of the sensation you can ultimately feel if that was ever an issue. But yes, that's a great question. But I just want to thank you guys so much for joining us for this live virtual event. Don't forget to respond at the end, yes, to book those complimentary consultations and to be entered for that $250 gift card here at Dermatouch RN for 4 free applicators of your choice of treatment on the area, and a bottle of our fabulous Firm and Tone lotion that you can use anywhere on the neck below to tighten up those areas. But let me know and schedule. I'm so excited about this. You guys absolutely rocked and are asking me all these questions, and they were fabulous. I hope everybody got their question answered that needed to, and please hit that Y button, and I look forward to meeting you guys. Bye.